Once climate change was talked about as if it were a foreign thing far away from northern Uganda in the past few years. However, farmers in the region have begun to feel the impact of climate change.
The temperature of the earth is ever increasing, and this also affects rainfall formation and its reliability.
For smallholder farmers in northern Uganda, the effect has been devastating, leading to concerns about food security and declining incomes from sales of agricultural products.
Yeah, the weather has continued to be very unpredictable, that's a fact. And sometimes when we expect rain, then we get it in superlatives. When we expect a dry spell, then we also get it when it's a drought. So this is a classical case of climate change that is with us now. This phenomena called waterlogging is dangerous for communities that depend on tubers like cassava and sweet potatoes. Because the moment a garden of cassava gets waterlogged, inside 1 week, you get the entire garden rotting away. And that's very dangerous for food security among those communities. That is what is actually happening now.
In several interviews with the farmers, experts, and local leaders in northern Uganda covering the 4 districts of Gulu, Lamor, Agago, and Lera districts in northern Uganda, the Northern Uganda Media Club sought to find out the impact of climate change on smallholder farmers.
Lucia Jock from Apache. As producers, drought here means the input that we may get is poor quality, low production for us. Drought here will also mean we'll market less. In floods here is bad for us because when we have already planted, that means we'll have total crop failure, and depending on the season, we may have to go and buy again inputs, which is double cost. Flood again here also means we have lost the crop, and we may have nothing to market, to supply to processors for that matter.
Compared to 2 decades ago, bumper harvest had not as common due to a range of factors, among them floods. James Kidega is a farmer in Mede village in Palaro sub-county in Gulu district. Because of the heavy loss Kidega suffered from the floods, he has been unable to send back one of his children to school this year.
From an acre of paddy rice like this, I used to get 2.4 tons a season. But last year, because the flood affected me, I couldn't send back one of my children to school. The flood affected me so badly. My name is Wagaraj Francis Roger, and I'm the chairperson of Palaro Sub-County. Here in Palaro Sub-County, the rain disappeared by October of last year. Sometimes you plant, and in the middle of the season, it suddenly disappeared. The sudden disappearance caused a lot of crop failures among farmers. For instance, those who cultivated sunflower could not even raise 5 bags from an acre of their gardens.
In Agoro village, in Lamor district, farmers are crying foul as they can no longer get the harvest they were used to from Agoro irrigation scheme.
We started relying on a Agoro irrigation scheme in 1995. By then, an acre of land measuring 40 meters by 70 meters would generate for you up to 30 or 35 bags, approximately 3.5 tons. But right now, the rain pattern has changed, soil degraded, and we can no longer afford to do that.
The new trends have put environmental scientists in northern Uganda on their toes to carefully study and document how the impacts of climate change are playing out among farmers.
I'm called Laban Frank Biagenda. I'm Director of Research for this institute, Getazadi. Getazadi is a narrow institute. This heat, the temperatures sometimes become too high, and when they are too high, there is a high level of flower abortion. The tree is stressed because there's not much soil moisture for it to absorb nutrients and also produce. Whatever flower is produced, it is aborted because of temperature. This heat stresses many crops, and if it comes before flowering, then the plant will not flower.
Although the concept of climate change remains technical for many of the smallholder farmers in the countryside, the difficulty with which they are struggling to produce adequate food is serving in bringing the realities closer than ever. According to 2021 report by the Intergovernmental Panel on climate change, IPCC. The climate change has already placed everything at stake. I am Christopher of Mega FM, reporting alongside Peter Labedge of Radio Roping, Calvin Ochen in Agago District, and Andrew Owacha for Mighty Fire in Kitgum.
This special environmental report is a collaborative content production of the Northern Uganda Media Club with funding from WANIFRA. The views expressed in this production are not those of WANIFRA or its funders.